Shalom. All praise and glory be unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles at Great Millstone, real well. Others and salutations to you, Akim. Is doing this work of truth and sincerity. Shalom to you. Shalom to the few Akwaf that listen to learn and believe. Now, this is a remake to a video I did the other day. It's titled Daughters of Zion, I think it was. And pretty much I took it down because I didn't give it that right flavor to the video like I should have. And so this is a remake. So without any further ado, the reason why I titled it Daughters of Zion is because the curses are upon the Daughters of Zion as well. And pretty much this photo I'm showing you is a clear indication to what the scriptures say in the book of Isaiah, the 3rd chapter, which I'm going to get. So without any further ado, as you can see, she has hair loss. It's really bad. And a lot of so-called black women, they're going through this, And I know some personally. I just see them around the neighborhood, wherever I go. They have issues, not as bad as this, but trust me, it's pretty bad. All right. If you look at other images, show you the edges. All right. See how the edges is going. All right. In fact, it's right here. All right. This is how the so-called black women hair look on the average. See? So, without any further ado, I got an article or facts I'm going to bring up. Let's get this one so on the way. We'll go to the book of Isaiah, the 3rd chapter, beginning at verse 16, and it reads, "Moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and one-tongued eyes, walking and missing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua will discover their secret parts." So, you factor in on this first verse that I just read. If you look at the so-called black woman, that's her whole character. She's haughty. She's got this proud look. The one-tongued eyes, the promiscuous eyes. Trying to walk them down the street or in the marketplace, or where have you, in the club, shaking their ass with the fruit of their body showing, the roundness of their breasts and the behind is showing, little tight jeans, right? So this is the so-called black women right here, man. Verse 17. Therefore will the Lord smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua will discover their secret parts. Now, is this woman here right here not smitten? Her is definitely smitten. These women here are smitten. All right. Look up the hair industry. The hair industry alone was like over $6 billion a year. I think it's up to 8 now. Don't quote me. You can look it up yourself, but last I checked, it's been a few years. All right, but last I checked, it was over $6 billion plus as far as the hair business. All right. I'm gonna go into more about that too. All right, now let's jump down to verse 24 to the point. Verse 24, and it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell there shall be stink. Yeah, so you know, you go into a so-called black women, the women of or tents of Judah. You know, the average one, or I say majority. All right, just to be safe, I'll say a lot of them don't know how to clean their vaginas. All right, it's not smelling the way it should be smelling. One, you swinging from rod to rod, so all those sperms are in there fighting each other. All right, all these different men's sperm is embedded in her vagina fight. You know, that's one. Two, you don't soak in the bathtub with, with oils and stuff. All right, so you're all messed up. Her vagina pH balance is just all off. All right, it says instead of a girdle or writ, instead of a well set hair, baldness. You know, when you see this picture, instead of a well set hair, baldness. See, a well set hair. All right. I believe they had examples on here. All right. Their hair is their hair is decent. All right. Their hair is decent. I don't know if it's their real hair. All right. So that's wood, But we know that most so-called black women hair are damaged. Damaged because of put perms in the hair. This is why they're bald. This is a Wikipedia. Went to the perm, which so-called black woman puts in their hair, the perm. Let's see, said use of perms. A solution containing ammonium diglycolate contains a lot of free ammonia, which swells hair, rendering it permeable. The thioglycolic acid in the sperm solution reduces the disulfide crystalline bonds in the cortex of the hair. In a sense, the thioglycolate removes crosslinks. After washing, the hair is treated with a mild solution of hydrogen peroxide, which oxidizes the crystallines back to crystalline. These new chemical bonds impart the structural rigidity necessary for a successful perm. The rigidification process is akin to the vulcanization of rubber, where company polysulfide linkages are used to cross-link the polymer chains. You look at I worked in a factory that makes rubber products. It's nasty chemicals they use. It stinks too. All right, but then let's touch on this ammonia. All right, this thioglycolic acid or thioglycolate. All right, this stuff actually kills the hair. All right, it kills the hair because when you read on it says, however, not as many disulfide bonds are reformed as there were before the permanent. As a result, the hair is weaker than before. The permanent was applied and repeated applications over the same spot may eventually cause strand breakage. Yeah. See? This causes, when the hair starts breaking, that's hair loss. Hair loss, I'm sorry. All right. Because your hair breaks off. Thus having hair that looks like this. What is that? Yeah, this is how your hair look. From perms and weaves. Because weave breaks your hair off too. See? And the reason why you do it, let's get that. The reason why you do it is because that's a woman's glory, her hair. You know? 1 Corinthians 11 and yeah, could. So 1 Corinthians 11, let me see. Let me go to 5. But every woman that prayeth or prophesied with her head uncovered, that's under her head. So if a woman prayed or prophesied with her head uncovered, that's under her head. It says, for that is even all one as if she were shaven. For if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. But if it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. For a man, let's take the man. It says, for a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of the Most High, but the woman is the glory of the man. A man wants a beautiful woman, as far as, I think every Israelite man would love to have a beautiful woman. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't desire her for just that. The scriptures tell you that Ecclesiastes, it says, do not desire not a woman for beauty. All right. And many guys have done that. All right. Matter of fact, it says, let's see, Sirach. Let's go to Sirach or Ecclesiastes. Let's go to 25. Let's see what we get here. It says, stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. See? So don't stumble at the beauty of a woman. All right. That's the point. Don't desire for beauty. Just want to, get with her to, pleasure yourself. A woman is meant to, you go into her, she's a virgin, first and foremost. And you get with her, you have children with her, and you create a family, and you raise that family up, All right, back in 1 Corinthians 11 and verse 7. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of the Most High, but the woman is the glory of the man. Right? So that's what it is, All right, jumping down, we'll go down a little bit to verse 15. It says, But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering. See? So you want to know why the hair industry is at an all-time high, or just boom with revenue or profits? Well, look no further than the women of Judah. All right, the tents of Judah. All right, the tents of Judah, because why? They're the main women that lack hair. All right, that's why the average so-called black woman, she looks rough, man. Not being funny, not trying to just talk stuff, she just look down bad, Back in Isaiah 3 and 24 says that it should come to pass that instead of sweet smell there should be stink, and instead of a girdle a writ, and instead of a well set hair baldness, and instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. I had to come back and finish that precept up because that's what you see when you see the so-called black women, a burning instead of beauty. All right, and baldness. Her head is bald. That's why she have all this weave in her head, or a wig, and because she's trying to get away from that shame, all right, of being bald. See, back in the day, back in the ancient world, they had well set hair. Give you an example of that. Let's go to the book of Luke 7. Let's see here. This is Luke 7. Start at verse 37. And behold, a woman in the city which was a sinner, when she knew that Yahushua sat at meat in the Pharisee's house, brought an alabaster box of ointment, and stood at his feet behind him weeping, and began to wash his feet with tears, and then wiped them with the hairs of her head, and kissed his feet and anointed them with the ointment. See? See? This is how the so-called black woman hair used to be. Here it is. A woman washed Yahushua's feet with her hair. It said with the hairs of her head, she washed his feet, man. You know how long her hair has to be for her to do that? Well, how you know it's a so-called black woman? Well, first of all, this is Jeremiah 14:2. It also said she was a sinner too. Well, who can see an Israelite woman, right? So Jeremiah 14:2, Judah mourned in the gates thereof language. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is going up. So the word there should be well in the blue letter, the Strongs, it says in the Hebrew it says Shakariah, which means dark or black, which really it should be Kodar, meaning dark skin. All right, but Shakar is just dark. It simply means dark. But it was a so-called black woman, man. That washed the Lord's feet. Because everybody knows the so-called blacks are the real Jews, right? And then collectively, the so-called Negro, Haitians, and West Indians, they was collectively known as the Jews, right? The tents of Judah. But it says straightway that she washed the Lord's feet with the hairs of her head. So check that out, Matter of fact, I'm done with that. Let's go to another precept. I want to get speak about a woman's beauty. Let's go to see if we grab some precept real quick. Maybe a second. This precept will grab. All right, let's go to first Esdras 4. I'm going to jump down a bit. Let's see. All right. There's a particular precept I want to grab out of here. Speaking about the woman, this is kind of a big precept about a woman. I want to grab it. It says, okay. This is First Esdras chapter 4 and 18. Yeah, I go to 18. It says, yea, and if men have gathered together gold and silver, or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty? Yeah, could. Because a woman, she was created for the man's purpose. See? She was created for our purpose, man. All right. That's what it's, matter of fact, that was the same book I was reading in 1 Corinthians 11th chapter. It speaks about that, right? It says the woman was created for the man. Let's get that real quick. 1 Corinthians 11:8, it says, for the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. All right. For this cause ought the woman to have power over her head because of the angels. So nevertheless, neither is the man without the woman, neither the woman without the man in the Lord. It says, for as the woman is of the man, even so is the man also by the woman, but all things of the Most High. So, all right. So basically, the point is, a woman was made for a man, and pretty much, men be like, be like a beautiful woman, easy on the eyes, a woman that looks like this by the head, you gonna be out of the, gonna be out of a paycheck, man, trying to make her look beautiful, man. It's just the truth, man. See, but in the kingdom of heaven, they're gonna get their hair back. Okay, they're gonna get their hair back. They're gonna be beautified, because the Lord say gonna make Israel beautiful again, and that's starts with the men, women, children, man. All right. So this video is not to you know actually talk stuff. It's just to show you how beautiful they used to look versus the curses being upon them, and it's how they look because of the curses. All right. So with that, I want to say, Lord, whether you were edified. And until next time, I say shalom.